Hi, welcome to today's video where I will paint some still object using gouache paint. If you have any questions regarding my painting process, please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for the latest update. Let's get started. The first layer of gouache for the melon is mixed by adding pale green and yellow ochre. White is also added for the lighter shades. I try to keep all my blending process in this video, so I can show you the way I blend for the color I want. The amount of white will also determine the finished color. Basically, I just play around with my mix to see which color it fits. After the first two slices, I started to work on the third one, which shows a more greenish tone. So I add a little bit more green to it. If you look closely to the reference photo, the overall color feeling of the melon is in between yellow and green. And we can also see that the top surface will have strong reflection from the lighting above. I sense the shadow of the melon will be warm and the shadow of grapes will be colder. The first layer of gouache can be very loose and watery. As long as the color is consistent and even not, you will be able to correct that when the layer is dry. Now let's go to the grapes. I actually have a purple color in my palette, but I still choose to mix my purple color with crimson and Prussian blue. I started painting the gap between individual grapes, as they are the darkest, as well as the underside of each grape. I finish up the top side by adding more whites to the mix. As they are all white at the moment, so it's quite difficult to tell the grapes by themselves. But we shouldn't be worried about that, we can perfect the shapes later. So for now, I'm just working around the object and trying to add as much color as I can. Also quickly mix the shadows near the grapes with Prussian blue, titanium white, and some raw umber. Let me show you a quick close-up clip for the finished grape. As you can see, it turns out to be quite alright. They don't seem flat or dull. After that, I just get some clean water and loosely dab it around the paper just to add more colors around it and create the background loosely. Because we just want to create the feeling of the background and the foreground so that attention can be focused on the melons and the grapes. You can always perfect your painting as long as the previous layer is dry. However, be careful with mixing too many colors, as it will make the painting muddy and grey. I'm working on the top edge of the melon slices and also trying to express how thin the slice is at the top. As you can see, the top bit gets more reflection as it attracts most of the lights from above. After that, I'm just going to keep improving the still object while emphasizing the lights and the shadow. So it's close to halfway of the painting process. I really hope you find this video useful so far. And please feel free to give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And let me know any questions you have for the gouache painting process. As you can see, I'm working my way around different objects and trying to make the object behind that is less contrast and emphasizing the turns and corners at the foreground. It's just a matter how I do to improve the overall feelings of the painting. Another tip is always make generous amount of fresh paint, because you will never know when you will still need the previous color. If you mix too little, you might run out of the paint. Then you will have to remix the paint, which can't guarantee the finished product will match the previous color. With the grapes, just remember to use purple, white-ish color to highlight the individual shapes around it. You can even paint a circle around them, and that will make sure the grapefruit pops up. In this video, I use 190 GSM watercolor paper. The gouache paint I use is just budget student grade gouache. I use both round and flat synthetic brushes. I try to use flat brushes as much as I can, and I switch to round brushes when just perfecting smaller areas. Some highlight of the plate, I just use really white color straight out of the tube, as well as some reflections on the highlight of the grapes. So sometimes I wait until the previous layer is dry to add another layer, and sometimes I chose to work on the layer when it's wet so I can blend the color. And now I'm just finishing up the painting, and you can see I'm using quite a bit of white at this stage. Here's another close shot for highlighting the grapes. Okay, just finishing up with some final touches. There you go. That is our quick gouache painting of still objects. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please like this video, and if you have any questions, please comment below. I promise I'll answer them. I'm working on the next gouache tutorial, so please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you will get the latest updates. Thank you so much for watching.